Hello, part two. Okay, so I did the cooking show thing and I skipped a few parts, but this is my steaming pile of peppers. And before I do that, because it makes a big mess, I'm gonna cut up some garlic. And these are my steak tips. I just got them from Pathmark for about $8. I know that sounds like a lot, but can you get that stuff for me? I know that sounds like a lot, but it's actually not for Angus beef or sirloin steak tips. So I'll cut them up in a minute. But right now, what I didn't do on, because it's a pain in the ass, is I got a bunch of garlic. Basically, I buy this for cheap, and I get about 3 or 4 of these bulbs of garlic, and I use an entire bulb. And I use this much garlic because I know that garlic has immune properties and things like that, and because of my autoimmune issues, and because it's cold out and it's totally flu weather, even though I have my flu shot, I get really concerned. So I am going to cut the garlic up the best I can. And I go really slowly because I am a klutz with a knife. So if you have fibromyalgia or if you have any other autoimmune disease, arthritis, anything like that, you'll know, like me, that you are a spaz and you will cut your fingers off. So I go as fast as I can. I get a little more confident and stupid as I go, but I like to evenly cut it. I don't use a garlic press or any kind of automatic chopper. I used to have like that magic chopper thing. You'd put all of it in and chop it for me, and I loved it. But that thing got left in the sink and got really rusty, and it was a pain in the butt to clean. But I actually like cutting it myself. I just like cooking. If you hear a weird sound in the background, that's my cat purring happily because he thinks he's getting some. That sounded dirty too. I'm a dirty birdie. Dirty birdie, I sound like Stephen King now. So this is the boring me chopping garlic part. And like I said, I use a lot of garlic. I use garlic in almost everything I cook. And I know it's a flavor that if you don't like it, you probably don't like anything I cook. Like I just had my family over for Thanksgiving, and I had to make vegetables, but I couldn't do any of the seasonings I did. But last night I just took a can of diced potatoes, like America's Choice, horrible diced potatoes, and I added some dill, not even fresh dill because I'm so broke. I went to Target and I got a little bottle of dill and a whole, bulb of garlic, just like this. And I mush it around and I crunch, crunch, crunch. I put the dill and the garlic and I salted it and about half a stick of butter. And it was really good. It no longer tasted like it came out of a can. So that's my goal on everything. To be really, really quick about it, but not to really taste like, oh my god, that was really quick about it. So right now this is taking me a little while longer because I had to do all this garlic stuff. So now that I have all this garlic, I'm actually going to put that straight into the pan that I'm using because I need the space. So this is my giant, amazing pan. I got this at Walmart for $20. Nothing effing sticks to this ever. Like ever. So I'm going to put that in my pan. And I don't have a lot of counter space because I live in an apartment that has a really tiny kitchen. The downfall of having a really tiny apartment. So I'm actually going to push it on the knife. Put it straight in there. Alright. I don't advocate touching the knife. Okay. Putting it aside. Also, what I'm going to put in now actually is Manager's Special 50-cent stems and mushrooms. Stems and pieces mushrooms. I strained most of the liquid out first, actually. So, put that aside. Now I'm going to cut up my meat before I get to these stupid peppers because they make a big mess. I already got them as steak tips, but they're actually really big. And since I'm really broke and I like to make a lot of food, I'm going to make them even smaller steak tips. They're going to be like steak pieces. See? And do that with most of them because I beef a lot of my food up because I am broke. And like I said, this was like $7 because it was really good. When I buy chopped meat and things like that, I have to buy like 90% because if I bite into a piece of gristle or something, I get like so nauseous. Like I used to never prepare meat because it freaks me out, and I was like borderline vegetarian, but I like it too much, and there's too much I can do with it. So I'm just going to take my meat, put it in the pan, and I'm going to keep doing that as fast as I can for this video. I'm hoping most of this fat will cook off, and that would be my cat's paw that I won't be cutting off today. And I don't know if you hear it, but that'll be the purring. And my cat cannot have, sadly, anything but very special, very expensive cat food because most cat foods have ash in them. And my cat had a urinary problem this year that cost us about $1,400 to save his life. And we didn't even know he had a problem until he peed on the back of my cat, which was acting kind of sick all of a sudden, really quickly, and I got him to the vet just in time for him to piss blood on the table, and that's totally what you want to hear about when you're cooking, isn't it? My cat peeing blood on the table. I could still go into detail, but that's why my cat's paw is up here and he's not getting a piece of this. So I don't know if you're noticing, but I'm cutting up all this meat, and it's so much more, or it looks like so much more when I cut it up, and then it'll be easy to, really, cat? It'll be easy to take portions. That way, if we don't eat it all, it's awesomely there for tomorrow. Oh, man, I wish they had smell-o-vision. You guys should smell the peppers. They smell like God. All right. So, taking my meat, throwing it in there with my mushrooms and my garlic, and now I'm getting to my peppers. Peppers by now have been sitting for at least 10 minutes in this bag. And I'm going to take them over to the sink. So come on with me. This is my horribly messy sink. But I want you to see this, so give me a second. See, my floor is messy too. And I don't want water on my laptop. Yay, messy sink. Yay. Alright, taking them out of the bag. I'm using cold water because I'm a big fat baby, because I can't stand hot stuff. And they're still hot, so I'm going to be really careful taking them out. This is me being careful. Wow. And I am going to, and it's going to make a mess, so if you don't have that stopper in your sink, get ready to clog up your sink. I'm going to take this really blackened pepper, and I'm just literally, it'll slosh off. See? And you'll smell it too, which you can't do because it's YouTube, and they haven't gotten there yet. And the more evenly you did it, the less you have to peel, because it'll be so like I have to peel that skin, and that'll take all the skin off it. It's too cold. My hands are cold, and I have Raynoids, so my hands are turning blue. I hate adjusting my skin. It goes from like full blast spray you in the face to nothing. So with my roasted red pepper, and it actually broke open too, so I could actually pour my seeds out, but I'm going to do that carefully in a bowl so I don't clog up my sink. But yeah, when a hole rips in that like that, it's actually really easy, because I could fill it up with water and pour the seeds in. I don't know if you can see it. I'll show you again. You can fill it up with water. Pour the seeds out. It's so easy. Okay, so I'm going to put that aside on my cutting board, and I'm going to do the same with the other one, which I blackened while you guys weren't watching, haha. And I over blackened because I was not paying attention, because my son had eaten his food, and I want to get him yogurt, because he likes yogurt. Probably because they put Fruity Pebbles in yogurt now. But hey, at least I got him to eat yogurt. So, it makes a big mess in the sink. It'll clog your sink pretty good if you don't have that stopper on, which I don't. So, when I'm done with this and I'm done cooking, I have to go with a paper towel and go back in and clean it out, which is a big pain. But you guys probably have a much cleaner sink and a sink stoppy thingy, which I believe is the actual term for that. It's a sink stoppy thingy. And see, this pepper got a hole in it too. We'll do that and swish, swish, swish. Pour the seeds out. Right. Look at my squishy red pepper. So, stepping on the cat. Back to my cutting board I go. And I'm just going to cut off the very top of it. And the very bottom of it. And you can really this stuff rips apart when it's roasted perfectly. And you can just take the rest of the seeds out. Little tears, it's so beautiful. And look at that rip in half. It's just perfectly cooked. And it's so easy. Oh my god, how did it be so easy? My whole life I thought cooking would be annoying and painful. And I avoided it with fast food. And I end up getting way more to eat with cooking and way more satisfaction. And I've lost about 30 pounds this year since I've moved into my new apartment and started cooking. Because my old apartment, I ate a lot of fast food. And I didn't do a lot of cooking. And I still live right by all-night fast foods. I live right by a Wendy's. It's open till 2 a.m. I live right by a 24-hour McDonald's. I live by a Taco Bell. They're open till 3 a.m. Look at that. It's perfect. Putting it in my frying pan. These are Cuisinart knives I got from Jason's very rich family before they disowned us. Thank you, Jason's family. I adore my Cuisinart knives. So you just want to make sure you don't get seeds, because there's nothing worse than crunching on something that you shouldn't be crunching on in the food, in my opinion. And they're really already cooked. So when you do cook the rest of this, you're really just cooking the meat and the garlic. And there's a lot of recipes online with red wine sauce. I could add tomatoes and tomato sauce and red wine. But this is cooking for the broke people. So I don't have any red wine. I really don't have anything right now except for what I have here. So what you see is what you get. And cook time I always kind of guess at. And I'm not sure how much longer it's going to give me on YouTube to show you. But I hope it doesn't suddenly shut off. Okay. Now really quick, because we don't have a lot of time to do this. I'm going to show you what it looks like to start cooking. And, right. So far that took me 15 minutes. So far I've got about 20, 30 minutes prep time.